Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jake from TNJ, and we're back for more Mariners franchise here on the channel. Sitting here at 31-29. We haven't released this in a few days, and I've just been busy, with the holidays and everything. You guys know how it is, but we're back for more action and going up against the Toronto Blue Jays to start the month of June, dropping the first two in a 3-game set. And here we are in another critical situation. Omar Narvaez at the plate. Man on third base. No outs in the inning. And here we go. Can we get this run across? We have 3 outs to do it. And Omar Narvaez grounds out to the pitcher to start it out. So up comes our man, Mitch Haniger, who has been struggling this season on a 1-2 count. He gets a high fastball, and he's going to pop it up to second base. So no way. 2 outs here in the inning. J.P. Crawford, we had 3 outs to do it. Can he be the man? He gets a low pitch. That's in the dirt. And look, we get caught up in a little bit of a rundown and get thrown out at third base. Wow, Uebiyashi just gets too much of a lead. Almost hesitates there to get home, but he decides to retreat, and he gets thrown out at third. So now we move this game into the bottom of the 11th inning. Here's Paul DeYoung coming up to lead off the inning. He gets a hit to the right side. Up next, Eric Thames. He swings at an outside pitch, and he's going to ground to second base, but he's going to beat that out. He's got decent speed for a first baseman. He's really a right fielder, left fielder, or a first baseman, but primarily only plays first base. So now up comes Uebiyashi here in the bottom of the 11th. He gets a hit to center field, and look at Thames on his horse. He's heading all the way to third on that one. So now we got guys on the corners here with Narvaez at the plate. Can he redeem himself? 1 for 4 in this game. He gets a pitch to hit, and that's lifted to center field, and that is going to be caught, but we're tagging from third, and Eric Thames is going to cross home plate. I'm not sure what the center fielder was doing on that one. Just taking all day. Look at this. Just taking all day to catch that ball. Had no momentum to throw it home. And we come up with the walk-off sacrifice fly in that one and come away with the victory. So, our offense has dipped a little bit. And it's mostly because we don't have depth. I mean, these guys are playing every single day, not getting breaks. And so I just need to make a change here. Give us some more depth at the MLB level. So I decided to move up Ryan Healy, and just looking at how everybody's doing. Domingo Santana, 265. I mean, he is not having himself a great year. Mitch Haniger, 201. Thames, 197. I mean, we just need to give some of these guys breaks because it seems like they're getting gassed, and we just need to kind of platoon more guys than we usually do. So I'm actually going to start platooning Mitch Haniger. I floated it around, and we're actually going to do it as we move up Ryan Healy back to the major league level. I thought about moving up Ronald Marte, but I just don't know if I want to rush him up right now, and I want him to keep developing because he's actually having a great year, and the better year he has, I mean, the more he's going to develop there at the AAA level here in his first full season in the minor leagues. I definitely think he has a huge shot of making the opening day roster next season, but I just don't want to rush it. So now, hopping into the next matchup, Angels versus the Mariners. Jake Odorizzi is actually on the Angels now, and he's going up against Carlos Rodon for us. So now here we're facing Mike Trout here in the first inning. Here he is getting a hit to the right side, and this guy is like impossible to get out in MLB The Show. I have pretty much given up way more hits than outs to him. I mean, it's pretty much impossible. So here's Justin Bour at the plate, and look at Trout swiping the bag and moving over to second base, setting up a possible hit that will score him from second. Here's Bour on a 2-1 count. He hits one down the right field line. That one makes it all the way to the wall. And look at Trout, just doing Trout things, stealing that base and setting Bour up for the RBI single as he does. And it makes it a 1-0 lead here for the Angels. Up comes Smith to the plate. He's going to hit a little fly ball in the infield, and that is going to be an out. And the Angels are on the board first. So let's move into the bottom of the first. Here's Malik Smith. He's actually hitting really well so far this season. 330, but he strikes out at the high fastball on that one. So up comes Tim Beckham, who is Mr. Consistent for us. He hits one to left field. He's hovering around 300, but not this time. He doesn't get a base hit, and that is an out. So now up comes Kyle Seager. Hopefully maybe a boost in the lineup a little bit will help him out. He's only hitting 211, but it doesn't help with this at bat. He flies out to left field, and that is going to be an out. I'm not going to fully move him to the 3 spot. Of course, he's only hitting 211, but I do want to just see a boost in confidence maybe just for this game, see how he does. So up comes Domingo Santana. I mentioned before he has been struggling this season. He gets a hanger right over the middle of the plate, and he pops it up to Trout in center field. He's actually hitting in the 5 hole this game. That brings up Uebiyashi in the 6 hole, hitting 246. He gets a pitch right down the middle, and he punishes that pitch, and he's going to take that one over the center field wall. That one is not coming back. Odorizzi made the mistake of hanging that one to Domingo Santana. You can't do that twice in a row. That's a home run for Uebiyashi, his 10th home run of the season. So now we move into the 4th inning. You can just see Carlos Rodon getting into a groove now. Into the 5th, Revere, he's going to ground out to J.P. Crawford. So Rodon really doing well so far in this game, but so is Odorizzi. Here he is at the plate facing J.P. Crawford in the 5th. Crawford can't do anything at the plate. Let's move this one on to the next inning. Tim Beckham, who hits the ball hard every time he makes contact. He hits another liner, but that one is right to the left fielder. So neither pitcher has been able to really, either offense has neither been able to get going in this game, as both pitchers are pretty much shutting down the opposing offense. So now let's move this one into the bottom of the 7th inning. Here is Uebiyashi, who's 1 for 2 in this game. He gets a hit up the middle, so maybe he sparks a little offense here in the late innings. Omar Narvaez at the plate now, 1 for 2 in this game. He gets a hanger over the middle, but that one is going to be a diving stop by Simmons. And wow, what a great defensive game by both teams so far as we move into the 8th inning, 1-1. So here's Fletcher at the plate. He gets one up the middle, and J.P. Crawford almost makes a web gem on that one, but he's going to be safe at first as he can only knock that one down. So here's Trout at the plate. 2 for 2 in this game, but that's a pass ball on an outside slider, and that one makes it to the backstop, and now there's a runner on second base with Trout at the plate. 3-2 count. He's going to muscle one on an inside sinker down the right field line. How does he have the power to hit that one down the right field line on an inside sinker? And he alone is doing it all for the Angels right now. 3 for 3, and that's a 2-1 lead. So now up comes Smith after Trout does swipe a bag and gets on second. That's a fly out to short center. And now we move into the bottom of the 9th inning. Can the Angels close it out here on the road? They bring in Cody Allen. He has a 1.93 ERA, just straight dealing so far this year, as he faces Tim Beckham, who hits another liner but right at Trout. And that makes it 1 out in the inning. Kyle Seager at the plate. He gets a hanger over the middle, and he punishes that one to right center. And that one actually avoids the shift, as they pretty much shifted their whole outfield over to the right side, and that gets through the infield as well. So now up comes Paul DeYoung. One swing of the bat could end it. 2-2 count. He hits one on the outside part of the plate, but it's a fly ball to left field. And now there's 2 outs here in the inning. One last batter at the plate. It's Domingo Santana. Can he get going in this season? He hits one deep to right field, but that one is just going to be not enough, and it's not even going to make the warning track. So they get the victory on the road here, as we're just hovering around 500. We just can't get right as we lose this one 2-1, as Mike Trout goes 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Pretty much does it all for the Angels. But we do lose 2 of 3 to the Angels. But then after that, we actually go on a little bit of a win streak. Going up against Baltimore on the road, we win 3 straight. As you see, they're pretty good victories too. 5-0, 6-2, and 9-2. As we are right in the middle of June and trying to get right on this win streak and maybe even make a run at first place. So now we do hop into a quick manage here towards the end of that series in the 4th game of the 4-game set. And let's go for the sweep. Why not? Here's Kinsler in the pitch, but he gives up a run here as Baltimore just continues to hammer him, as we have to pull him out of the game. But then the Orioles do go on to avoid the sweep, as Chad Kuhl was on the mound that time, and he actually ends up getting the loss. So here we go. Looking at our roster, we're not doing well on offense. Omar Narvaez definitely has been slumping a little bit, and we definitely need to give him a little bit of a break. So I look at Booker Chen, who we did actually acquire in trade. He was more of just a throw-in guy, but I actually like him. He's 19 years old, 72 overall, see potential. He's hitting 280s around that at the AAA level, and only 19. I think he's going to be our future at catcher. I don't know about Omar Narvaez. He had a great season last year, but look at the season he's having this year. Maybe it is just fatigue and he just needs a break. I don't know. So we decided to move up Booker Chen to just kind of give us another offensive option when we do decide to sit Omar Narvaez. And I think that's a move that will pay off for us. We don't have to have him as a full-time catcher, but just to get him going, get him some MLB exposure, and we'll see what he does. So just looking at our last 10 games, we actually are just up and down. After going on that 4-game win streak, we end up losing 5 straight. So here we are in another situation, bottom of the 10th inning with the opportunity to win it here in extras as Ryan Healy comes to the plate here with 2 outs versus the White Sox. Remember, they stole that final wild card spot last year, and they are slipping this year, but they are doing work here on the road as we move this one into the top of the 11th. And look at this, Tyler Stevenson goes deep, and wow, Anthony Swarzak, this is why we moved him out of that closing role. We just cannot have him giving up runs when we need to close out games, and look what he does. He gives up a 2-run homer. And now the White Sox have the 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 11th as Mitch Haniger does ground out. His season does get a little better once we start platooning him, but he's still struggling a little bit. So here Kyle Seager comes up to the plate. At least he gets us going as he gets a hit to the left side. So up comes Uebiyashi. He's 1 for 4. Can he be a hero? He strikes out swinging at the low curveball. And now there's 2 outs here in the 11th. Tim Beckham, can he be the hero to tie this game up or at least keep this inning going? And he watches an inside fastball, and that's called a strike. And the White Sox come on the road, and we just continue to struggle as we lose this game off of that 11th inning home run by Tyler Stevenson. So you see, they're 28-45. We're back at 500 after being 4 games over 4 games ago. So now here we go. Sam Tuivalala in another situation here in the 9th inning. We need this win here at home. We need to get back on track. He gets the first out of the inning. Here's Eloy Jimenez. He comes up. He's going to ground out to DeYoung at second. So 2 outs here. 1 more out away from getting out of this game. And here comes Delmonico up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 in this game for the final out. But he gets a pitch to hit, and Tuivalala makes a mistake, and that one is not coming back. That's a home run, and it ties it up here in the top of the 9th inning. Couldn't ask for a worse situation there as Tuivalala gives up a home run and a blown save, as that's just been the identity of this team, just inconsistent. So now we move into the bottom of the 10th inning. Mitch Haniger at the plate. He's actually got the average up to 240 now after being in a platoon role, as that's kind of helped him out. So guys on first and second here. He's got an opportunity to be a hero. Bottom of the 10th inning. On the first pitch he sees, he's going to smack that one over the left field wall, and that one is gone. Mitch Haniger getting on track here as, wow, we really needed that one. And he comes through in the clutch, and we come out with the 5-2 victory here, as that's a good sight for us. And I love to see our guys just get back on track, especially after slumping. I mean, Mitch Haniger's definitely got to do some things to get back on track, but this is a good start. A walk-off here in extras as we win that one 5-2. So now we go on in the next series to face a tough team here in Minnesota. As you all know, in real life, this is probably the hottest team in baseball. And look at them now. They are 48-28 here in season 2. And you just see their pitching is just amazing. And look at that. First in ERA and first in runs allowed. They are having a phenomenal year pitching as they come on the road and try to steal one here in the bottom of the 9th inning. J.P. Crawford at the plate. Guys on first and second here with 1 out. And he's going to pop up here in the 9th inning. That's only a guy on second, actually. So now here's Uebiyashi. Can he be a hero for another one in this episode? But no, he pops out to first base. So now we move on to extra innings as we do decide to quick manage. Remember, they signed Anthony Rendon in the offseason to a big contract. So we bring in Swarzak. And I know that he just blew it, but there he blows it again. I mean, and then he gives up another home run. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up as we go on to actually lose this game as Swarzak is just struggling. And you know he did just get traded. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Should I trade Swarzak and make it like it is in real life? I'm thinking about doing it. I'm pretty sure I am going to do it because Swarzak is just straight struggling for us as we are back at 500, 39-39, 5.5 games back of the AL West. I never would have thought that Daniel Vogelback's injury had the effect that it has. I mean, he seems like he's just the cog in our engine. I mean, whenever he's playing, we're winning. When he's out, we're not. It just seems very inconsistent, and it kind of aligns with Vogelback. You would think, you know, a guy that's below about 70 overall would not have that big of an impact, but he has. And I think having him out of the lineup has definitely hurt us. So just looking at how our offense is doing, you can just see all of us are struggling. Domingo Santana especially. I mean, that offense from last year was definitely much appreciated because look at us now. We are just not the same team when he's not hitting well. He's below 250, and I don't know what to really do. We don't really have an identity right now. We don't have, you know, just a leader right now. I mean, nobody's really consistent. I mean, Malik Smith maybe? I don't really know. But our pitching is doing all right. We're not doing great. We're not doing terrible, but it definitely can be improved. And I don't know what to do right now. We're just going to kind of ride it out. Hopefully some guys get hot. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes as we do go into the All-Star break. 5.5 games back of the division. We'll see. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for more Seattle Mariners franchise on the channel. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.